Welcome back, TCG Squad. We got some more spoilers, and I have to say, this spoiler that we're about to talk about is a brand new leader. It's probably the best leader I've seen so far out of this set. So let's go ahead and get started. See which cards are good, which cards are bad, and which cards are busted. Starting it off, we have to start off with this new leader, Assage Ventress. Assage aspects are cunning and villainy. Her leader side action says exhaust. Attack with a unit. If you played an event this phase, it gets +1/+0 for this phase. Her epic action says if you control 4 more resources, deploy this leader. Leader unit side, she is a 4-costed leader. She has 3 attack and 4 defense. And it says on attack, if you have played an event this phase, this unit gets +1/0 for this attack and deals combat damage before the defender. The helper text says if the defender is defeated, it deals no combat damage. Where do I begin? First of all, I'm just going to say, wow, Assage Ventress is awesome. I like to see that we're actually getting another lower costed 4-cost hero, which is going to be like Kylo Ren was in that level. This is Sabine level. I really like this. I really like Assage. I think she's very, very interesting. Let's go and talk about her first leader side. I think the leader side is all right. It does give a little bit of a buff, so it does help you with playing some type of event. If you do attack with a unit, you'll give it +1. That's okay. I don't think that's bad. But what I think the card really shines at is on the leader unit side. Especially when we talk about the on attack. Basically, if you played an event, she's going to get obviously +1, but I think the big part is she deals combat damage first. It's basically almost shoot first, essentially, right? You get +1, and if you kill them, guess what? You're not taking damage. Now, what I'm really interested in is order of operations, and I haven't had time to really look this up, so you guys let me know in the comments. Let's say you deploy Assage Ventress and you play Surprise Strike, which allows you to attack with a unit, give it +3/0. So does that mean Assage Ventress, when you play Surprise Strike, now you played that card, does that count as playing? Now you attack with Assage Ventress. With Surprise Strike, she'll become a 6 attack. Her on attack will make it 7, and she'll do combat damage and kill something if it kills it. That, I think, is very good. Now, if I do have a misunderstanding of what played is, I need to double check the rules. Let me know in the comments. But if that's true, I think Assage Ventress is really good. So I'm going to go ahead, based on my understanding, we're going to go ahead and rate Assage Ventress. I'm going to say busted. She is powerful. Surprise Strike's going to come into handy a lot with her. Now, even if my understanding's wrong, I'm going to still give Assage Ventress a good ranking. So either way, she's a good card. Next up, we have Guerilla Insurgency. This is an 8-cost event. Its aspect is only aggression. And it says, each player defeats a resource they control and discards 2 cards from their hand. Deal 4 damage to each ground unit. This is a rare. An 8-cost event, those are pretty expensive, especially for aggression. You're typically trying to go fast, and I really don't see many cards in aggression that you really pay past, honestly, 6 resources. You really are, the whole goal of aggression is try to hit hard and no defense and win fast. So seeing an 8-cost event, I'm not happy with that. And honestly, most of the time when you're playing aggression, you're trying to win by resource 4, 5, maybe 6. I don't think you're ever going to get to this, so I'm not too impressed by this card. Sure, it defeats a resource, so it brings your resource count back by 1. You discard 2 cards from your hand, and then you do 4 damage to each ground unit. Sure, that part is very good, but I feel like at that point where you had to pay 8 to do the 4 damage to wipe out the ground unit, I don't know how big of a difference that would make, because that tells me you're losing, and this was your last chance to potentially board wipe your opponent. And it says each ground unit, so that means that's going to hit yours as well. So I don't know. I'm not sold on this card, so we're gonna rank this card as bad. Next up, we have Fic Assault. This is a 3-cost event. Its aspects are double command, and its text says, for this phase, each friendly unit gains, when defeated, deal 2 damage to an enemy unit. This is a legendary card, and if I find this interesting, right, because this might be a situation where you can give all of your cards basically this when defeated, or each of your units, and in case your opponent has a board wipe, they probably were going to think again to not do that, especially if it's just a board wipe on one side, not both sides. This will actually prevent them from thinking about that. Now, I think it's a very niche scenario. There's a lot of cards that can do like 1 damage to all of ground units, and that might be enough to take out maybe a bunch of clone tokens you may have, and they would think twice to do that. It's a decent card. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's bad. It's definitely not busted. So since we're confirming to my standards, I'm just going to go ahead and call this good. Next up, we have Roger. This is a 1-cost upgrade. Its aspects are Vigilance. And it says, when defeated, attach this upgrade to a friendly battle droid token. You get 1 attack and 1 defense, and this is a rare. Hey, I really like Roger. It's actually the first upgrade I think that's in the game that allows you to just keep attaching it to another unit and not having to pay for it, which I think is great. At 1 cost, awesome, 1/1. But I really like that recursion aspect, that you just can keep attaching it to different battle droid tokens. So if you're building like let's say a Grievous deck that is full battle droids, you'll be able to toss this upgrade around to all your units and potentially really push that damage. I'm a big fan of this card. The only obviously caveat where it will hurt you is if you have a non-battle droid token, then yeah, it's gonna hurt you, right? But if you're going to be building, it's just a theme that you're going to be building your deck around that's going to be all droids, I think this is going to be a must-have. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a good ranking. All right, guys, that was quick. We just had 4 spoilers today, one of them being a leader. So these were all around 3 good cards, 1 I would say bad, so, and 1 potentially a busted. So I think that's a good amount of cards, I guess. We're probably going to get a little bit more tomorrow. We'll see what we get. Usually Wednesdays is when we get a lot of new cards because of the FFG stream when they're playing or talking about the set. All in all, I'm excited about the new set. I'm curious to see what you guys think. I actually really want to know what you think about Assage Ventress. Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you're going to plan to build her. I'm really interested in seeing what people think. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you really enjoyed it, I appreciate it. We want to bring out to you the latest news for Star Wars Unlimited. That includes spoilers, that includes gameplay, and any tournament results. We are working on additional content for One Piece as well. Stay tuned. Appreciate your time. Good day. Peace.